Hey everybody, welcome to Devan Alethia TV. I'm Devan Alethia. If y'all didn't know, I'm a musician, but over here on Devan Alethia TV, we like to do all things beauty. Basically, sometimes we throw in a random every once in a while, but mainly beauty over here. Today, I'm going to do a YouTube video that probably mainly every YouTuber has done, but I don't give a fuck, so I'm really excited about it. And if you want to be one of my goddesses, you should go ahead and hit subscribe and like this video. Give me a comment, we can be friends, and let's get on with this video. So today I come to you with a bunch of goodies and I am super pumped. Some of this is from Fenty, some of this is from Laura Lee Los Angeles. Today we're going to be experimenting and doing first impressions with the Laura Lee Glaze palette, the Nudie Patootie palette, and some of the Nudie Patootie lippies in that line. And I know we have a face palette in that bundle, but we're going to be playing with a Fenty highlighter as well. And I snagged the whole soft matte Fenty bundle with the brush, the primer, and the foundation. Been wanting it for a long time. I have combo skin, just so you know. And yeah, let's jump into this video. So first, let's jump into the primer. We have the Smooth Pore Diffusing Finish Extended Makeup Wear Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, soft matte one. I believe there's 3 lines, a full matte line, a hydrating line, and a soft matte. I didn't want it to be too matte. I want it to be generally matte. Ooh, look at the beautiful packaging on that. So I'm not really sure how much to put on, but I'm just gonna go in generally and go with that. There we go. Now the shipping on this was a little much. It wasn't too bad. Not money wise, I mean time, but we are going through some issues right now, so I'm sure that's for the reason why. So I just put 3 pumps on. I don't think that was too much. I think it was just enough. It feels almost like a lotion, but it feels semi-smoothing, not too hydrating though, which is good because I get somewhat oily, so I don't want too much hydration there, okay? But a little bit's okay. All right, so I'm gonna throw on my brows and we'll move on to a foundation. Be right back. All right, guys, I just went in with my usual LA Girl Skinny Brow Pencil in Blackest Brown. Now we're going to go into the foundation. I am so excited. This is the soft matte foundation. I got 140. So let's see if this is a shade match. I actually looked on my hand. I was a little worried online that it was going to be too dark, but it's actually on my hand that it might be too light. If we match my neck, it'll be okay, but I usually don't do that because my face is much darker than my neck. I know it sounds weird, but I hate looking so pale. So usually I match my face and I just drag it down my neck. I'm going to be self-tanning actually soon. And I was like, how the hell am I going to match all these foundations? Because I just bought a bunch of foundations. And then I just bought a mix-in. So I'm just going to mix in some drops to my foundation to make it darker, so I don't have to buy all new foundation. So here's the brush. And it comes in really good, secure packaging. Love that. It looks like it's going to be very sleek. Ooh, very pretty. So it's got this rosy colored tip here. Yes, and then the pointy end. I love that. Okay, let's try this out. We're going to just use the brush. Normally I do one side brush, one side sponge, but I'm not going to do that because she gave us the brush in this bundle. I'm going to use the brush. It's real watery. We're going to see how this goes. Now I have a lot to cover, as you see. Whoa, this is a good match. And I did the shade finder online. I'm very fair with warm undertones. Wow, that's a good match. And it is a little light, but it does kind of match my neck. Wow. So I'd say it has medium coverage by what I can see so far. Let's do half the face first, then see what we think. So that's one pump. Definitely need more than one pump for high coverage. For me, I have a lot of scars and acne. Okay, so that's what we're looking like right now. I am liking the coverage, but I could do better. My opinion is this brush, I have better brushes that will blend the product better than this. So if you're going for the foundation, I'd rather, the primer's okay. I don't feel like the primer's doing much either yet. I mean, we haven't worn it for very long yet. But if you're gonna go for anything, just go for the foundation, I guess. So far, that's what I think. We'll see what I think at the end of the video, but let me get the rest of this on with my own brush and see what I think. So with this brush, it doesn't make much of a difference. I'm going to try with a sponge and see if I can get a fuller coverage. So definitely don't advise using a sponge. It picks up product if you have a damp sponge. So just be wary of that. So far, with about 2 layers of foundation, I feel that I have a light medium coverage. It says medium to full coverage on the bottle. I do feel like it feels like air. It says on the bottle it's supposed to feel weightless, but look at this redness. It is not wanting to cover certain areas of redness, and I don't typically have this issue here with the covering. So I just dabbed that in here. You know, guys, so far I'm really upset because I was really excited about this. And so far, it's not impressing me. And I spent a lot of money on this, so yeah. Do I think it's weightless? Yes. You have to be very careful about how you move the product. Do not use a damp sponge, okay? Use a brush only. I feel like if you have very good skin, and my skin isn't as horrible as it usually is, it's not good because I have scars. But I've been taking really good care of my skin, and it's not as bad as it usually is right now. So the fact that it's this hard to cover or get the amount of coverage it kind of sucks, you know? All right, so hopefully with the palette, I will be much happier. So let's let that dry and set in the skin while we work on our eyes. So guys, I've been using this Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, and I've actually been really impressed with it. I don't know why I'm surprised, but it works really good. Okay, so I highly suggest. It removes the pigment and helps it last all day. So this palette is gorgeous. I've been tempted by this for a couple months now, and I've finally made the plunge and getting it. This is the Nudie Patootie by Laura Lee Los Angeles, and we're gonna see how it performs today. Now first, I'm gonna go in with one of my best blending brushes. I think we're going to start with Undressed. It's this really light shade, nude shade. and start with that all over the lid. All right, let me get a little closer while I do this. Is that a little better? All right, so next shade we're going to go into is, and there is kickback in the pan, is Strip. Okay. Wow, I'm pretty impressed so far, actually. Wow. All right, so I'm going to go into the shade Bear now because I am enticed by this pinky color. I want it to be kind of romantic and rosy and sultry and sassy and a little bit sexy, okay? Wow, you can't see it really well, but the pigment on that pink is incredible. And I honestly have never seen a rosy pink show up that pigmented and that blendable straight away. So I am thoroughly impressed on that shade. All right, so I want to deepen this up a little bit. So let's see what I can find here. I think I'll mix Streaking and Reveal together, these two shades, and put it on the outer corner. And excuse my hands, I need to do my nails and all that jazz. All right, I ended up going with a little bit of Butt Naked just to deepen it up a tad bit more because it wasn't quite as sultry as I wanted. But we didn't want to go too sultry. We wanted to keep it a little bit sweet and sassy. Okay, so we didn't go all the way with Naked. We didn't go all the way, girl, okay? But we went Butt Naked, okay? So next I want to play with some of these shimmers. There's some really beautiful ones. I really am tempted by this rosy one. That's kind of what caught my eye with this palette. So I think we're definitely, it shifts into a regular gold and a rose gold when you move the palette, which is cool. So I think we're gonna try that one, and it goes with the pink vibe. So let's just try that one on the lid and then put one of these lighter vibes, actual shimmers and not as much glittery, on the inner corner, shall we? Let's see what this feller does. Holy shit. Damn, Laura. Like, you don't even have to cut a crease, darling. Like, I didn't want to today, so I'm so glad I didn't have to, because that did it for me right there. Damn, so pretty. Honestly, I was thinking this when I was using this. I think that this might be one of my favorite nude palettes now, and that is a toughie. So, Laura, you did this. You did this, honey. Now, I think that doing just the orangey, rosy tone isn't enough. Like, there's some gold flecks, but with this look, I do think that I want to, oops, I got some over there. I do think I want to put some regular gold on there, and luckily she threw one in on natural. So we're gonna put that more on the inner, not on the inner corner, but on the inner portion of the eye. Yeah, Laura, you did this. You did this. So now I think I'm going to take some of this, because some of this brown didn't come up over my brow bone. So let's just make this a little more cohesive. Contrast. Strip. Yeah. Blend it. Hope I didn't just ruin it. If I did, then it's just makeup, and we still have concealer to go to, so. Alright guys, so let me put on the rest of my base, and I will be right back with the lip and to finish off the eye. Alright guys, I am back with my base on, and I want to try both the Kilowatt highlighter that I got from Fenty Beauty and Glazed Lit palette by Laura Lee Los Angeles. I have the Fenty highlighter in Lightning Dust. This is what she looks like. Very beautiful. Now one shade is more shimmery than the other. Both look like they'll work on my skin tone. So I'm going to mix these two together and we'll see what she comes up with. Go in with this brush here. Mix the really icy one with the mild. Ooh. Now that is a shiny and sparkly, luminescent highlighter at the same time. Wow. I don't know if you're grasping that, but that is a beautiful highlighter. Let me put, that's going on my nose, baby. Okay, so on the other side, I'm gonna wipe that off a little bit. We're going to use Laura Lee, the Glazed Lit palette. We're going to have to put this on the other cheek and possibly mix the both together after this. I just wanted to kind of see what they both look like separately before we mix them. First of all, this wasn't even that expensive because she was having a Black Friday sale. Look how huge these pans are. I mean, this is gonna last me all year long, no doubt about it. So we're gonna see that in comparison to diamonds. Okay, that's more of a champagne-y color. Ooh, that is very beautiful as well. This is more of an icy color, and Laura's is more of a champagne-y color. Honestly, Laura's works better on my skin tone, but they're both really, really beautiful. Okay, so, and I don't know what I'm going to use the other three for, or at least the other two, because I feel like these are too dark for me. Probably eyeshadows. I don't know. Or mix these three, at least this very late. I don't know. So let me just dab. Since we've looked now, wow. Yeah, that's the shade that I really like too. Like more of a goldy, light golden champagne, not too dark. Just gonna mix that with the Fenty, and then we'll go back with the Fenty over this side to match. It doesn't even look like really icy in the pan, which is really confusing, actually. It's really strong though. It is really strong. So I'm actually gonna put that one in the inner corner as well. I don't know why it's not as popping on the inner corner. I guess it's definitely for the face. And not the eye. But that's so pretty, so pretty. So we're gonna go in for a lip next. I'm not really sure what shade I want to use, but we have 3 shades to choose from the Laura Lee Los Angeles lipsticks that I bought. So I will show you. We have Jaybird. This is the darkest one. That's Jaybird. This is very cute packaging, by the way. And I swatched these on my story already, so if you've been watching my story, you might have already seen these. This one's a really light shade. This one's topless. I don't think this one's gonna go. Or no, this is the middle shade. This actually might be the one I use. I went too far over it, but that middle shade, it's almost the same, but a little lighter. So that's topless. I think that might be the one we use. And this one's Nakey Nakey. Nakey Nakey is the one that's really light. And I just don't feel like it'll go with this look. But I'll show you what it looks like. That's Nakey Nakey, okay? So I think we're gonna go with Topless. I'm going to go ahead and pair Topless and Brown Sugar from LA Girl. Well guys, I don't know if you guys have tried magnetic anchor lashes, but I tried for 20 minutes to get this really cute style of little lashes on, not lily lashes, but little lashes, and I can't get them on. And this is the second time that I've attempted putting those on. So if anyone knows how to put the ones with anchors on, let me know, because eyelash glue of any kind, latex free or not, is making my eyes itch lately. So yeah, but these are really pretty lashes that I ended up going with. I am really loving them. I got a 20 pack from Shein actually, and they're the more flirty thin style. Very beautiful. I am really liking these. Very thin band. They're pretty easy to put on and pinch together. So if you're not wanting to put on liner for a day, these would be a good one to go with, because they're not, it's not a thick band, so it can blend really easily into your own lashes that way. Like, they're not natural, but the thin band helps that. So we're gonna blend the lower lash line just with the excess that's on my brush. That's what I usually do. Just put some of that eyeshadow that was left over from the bottom of my brush. Right. Looking good. I think I need a little bit more. So let me break this palette out again. The color I really want to concentrate on my lower lash line is Strip, right there. Alright, and I can see a little redness already peeking through. I didn't really touch my face all that much, so anyway, I'm going to go in with Topless, which is also the shade that I'm wearing on my lip. Mix that with that Fenty highlight. Ooh. I got a little too carried away here. Hang on one second. Wow, if you want to touch up with this foundation, it is not ideal. If you are, dab it. Don't try to blend this foundation if you touch up with it. Just an FYI, okay? Alright, now I feel like we took some of that shine away. So I want to go back in with that Fenty highlighter just a little bit. Back in the inner corner. And I think I lost a little, so I want to go back on the tip of the nose. And I think I want to top some gloss today with my favorite gloss as of late, which is the Goddess Gloss in Halo by Almay. Very beautiful. Just in the center and on the top. Isn't that pretty? See, I still have some redness right here. I'm not liking that. I'm going to see if I can get some complexion powder and put some of this on my redness and see if I can, I've already used powder, but see if I can get rid of some of that, because mama ain't liking that. The redness is still there. I'm just gonna have to live with the redness. All right, guys. So let's get to our thoughts, shall we? So I think, oh, we forgot spray. Just 1 second. So now we can get to our thoughts. The Fenty products. I love the highlighter, absolutely adore the highlighter. Will be using that consistently. So glad I picked that up. The face products. I'm gonna dabble with it a little bit, but I really think that the foundation's not full coverage. It's more of a light medium coverage. It doesn't cover all of my blemishes. It's a beautiful foundation for someone who has already perfect skin, okay? It's not the best for someone who has to cover up areas. Now, I will go in with a concealer next time and try to make my face more flawless before I apply it and work with it, because I did pay a lot of money for that foundation. Another thing is, I don't usually have this problem where I'm getting redness and it's picking up product in this area. I don't usually get that. So that must be a foundation issue, because it's not a me thing, okay? And I would tell you, because I don't have good skin. But this isn't normally something that I see happen with my foundations. So just something to keep in mind. And don't apply this foundation with a damp sponge, at least with applying a second layer or building it, because it will pick up product off the sponge if you put on more than one layer. So that's something to think about as well. This foundation is best suited for brush. I don't think this bundle is necessary. I wouldn't have bought the bundle if I knew that the brush wasn't necessary and the primer wasn't necessary, because I don't feel like that primer is any better than some of my other primers. And I hope that this foundation proves me wrong, but I don't think my foundation is better than my Maybelline Superstay foundation. So that one is only about $10 versus this one. This whole bundle was about 80 some dollars, and that's only because it was on sale for Black Friday. So I want to say it would be around 100 something. So that's something to keep in mind price point wise. I feel like the Superstay is better suited for my combo oily skin than this high-end foundation. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to keep trying it because I paid a lot of money for it and I want to love it. I wanted to love it, was really excited to have it, but so far this is my experience with it. Now, overall, the Laura Lee products, I am thoroughly impressed. The eyeshadow palette, it is probably my favorite nude palette in my collection as of right now. I'm in love with it. These lip shades are beautiful. They're comfortable. They don't dry all the way down. So these are going to pick up on your coffee, your drinks all day. So just keep in mind, you're gonna have to throw that one in your purse so that you can reapply. It's a comfortable, soft, matte, lippy, and it's not completely opaque either. I feel like it's pretty damn close, but it's not completely opaque, but I think they're beautiful. I think that the face palette is worth your money. It's got huge pans, extremely on the affordable range in my opinion. It was on sale when I got it, but even on her website she's got it pretty decently priced, even for a more up there brand. I definitely checked that out. All of the shades in the eyeshadow palette blended beautifully. I had no issues. And yeah, that's my overall perspective on the Laura Lee collection as well. The highlighters and everything were beautiful. I feel like I will use those just as much as I use the Fenty highlight. I'll probably combine them as a really beautiful combination. I'm really happy with the highlight today. So that 100% for both, 100% for those highlighters. So happy about that. I think that's all I have for you today. And this is the look, guys. Real neutral, real sultry, real pretty. A lot more natural than I was going for because I wanted a more matte and full coverage finish, but this is what we got. This is where we got. And I do feel pretty. I just wish this stuff wasn't going around, but I'll stop complaining, guys. I love you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and stay tuned for Freaky Friday so that you can see my next horror tutorial, so you can see the next horror or thriller book that I review while I do my makeup. Bye.